This is Egypt's monorail. The country has been working towards modernizing parts of their infrastructure, and you can see that through their newest form of transportation. This electric, driverless monorail will have 22 working stations and spans over 56 kilometers east, connecting Cairo's Nasr City to the new administrative capital. It is Africa's longest single monorail line and part of the continent's largest monorail network when combined with a second line. Its aim is to reduce congestion on the streets and improve urban connectivity, and the eco-friendly, automated system reduces energy consumption by 30% compared to conventional electric rail. Today, we're going to be riding it east to the new capital and taking a look at the stops and prices for a ride.
So now we are at El-Musheer Tantawi Station, about to go get our ticket. There are actually two different monorail lines that they are working on. This is the eastern line that goes out to the new administrative capital, but there will be another one that they are currently working on that serves Gisselle. But I will tell you more about the lines once we get our ticket. Yalla, bina. I just bought my ticket and waiting for the monorail now. It seems that they run every 15 minutes and the ticket is half price on Friday and Saturday on the weekend here. So I just asked to go to the last station. Normally that would be 80 pounds, but because it is the weekend, it is 40 pounds. And if you want to go to the next station, that is around 20 pounds, or on the weekend, 10 pounds. So the price ranges from, on a normal day, 20 to 80 pounds, or on the weekend, 10 pounds to 40 pounds. Yeah, it is nice in here. It is air conditioned. It is quiet. It is the weekend. It is Friday. But yeah, I'm excited to ride the monorail. And while we're waiting, I thought I would just talk about me being back in Egypt. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name's Gisselle. Hi. I've been living in Egypt for almost 5 years now, and I love this country so much. I love living here, which is why I help people organize trips that are coming to Egypt. So my husband is Egyptian, and when people are visiting Egypt, we help them organize their itinerary, and we connect them with guides and drivers that we know, because we want people to have an amazing time in Egypt and love it just as much as we do. So yeah, if that's something that you're interested in, you can message us on WhatsApp. I always leave that number in the description of the video. Anyhow, let's just wait for the monorail to arrive, take the ride, and then I will tell you guys more about it, because like I said, there are two different lines.
يرجى السماح لركاب القطار بالمغادرة أولاً قبل الصعود على متن القطار. Please allow passengers to disembark the train before boarding. لا ما فيش حد. المحطة الحالية محطة 190. The current station is 190 station.
So that's really nice. Obviously the train is air conditioned, but there are announcements in both English and Arabic, and then you have this panel here showing you the stops that we have already passed and the ones that we are heading to. So we just left here. We've now reached 190 station. Next stop, Air Force Hospital. أهلا، عامل إيه؟ صباح الخير.
You have a good experience?
أيوة أنا بصور فيديو. أمريكا بس بقالي 4 سنين عايشة هنا. سلامة. Yes, awesome. And they also have the stops showing up here as well in English and in Arabic. you have a really nice view of the city as we ride. I do want to mention though that not all the stations are currently open. So I actually rode my motorcycle and went to several different stops. The first stop is Cairo Stadium, or will be, but that is currently still closed. And the other stops up until El-Musheer Tantawi Station were closed, and I filmed each and every one. They're blocked off. And I asked somebody that was working there, and then they told me that they're supposed to open in July, maybe 2 months. So next month or the month after is supposedly when the other stations will open, and then the Eastern line will be completely operational. It's very open, by the way, in here. So as you can see, it connects all the way through. There's nothing blocking the passageway through the entire monorail, which is pretty cool. And you can see out the front and you can see out the back. So I just met this kid, and he's gonna subscribe. Shukran. All right.
How many subscribers do you have?
Only 60,000. 16,000. Only. Though that's on YouTube and also TikTok.
I'll subscribe.
Shukran. Nice to meet you, man. Bye. I'm enjoying my ride. I've been talking to some people here. So I asked someone on here, and they told me that from where we got on at Tantawi Station to Justice City, which is the last stop, it takes around 40 minutes. So not too long. And then there's just a few other stations that aren't open yet, but for the ones that are open, if you get on at Tantawi and ride it to the last station, 40 minutes. Shukran, want to come in? All right, so yeah, we have a little while before we get to our last station, but I did want to tell you guys a little bit more about the two lines that they are building with the monorails. So let's jump into that.
The first line is the East Nile Monorail, which is what we are riding now. It lies on the east side of the Nile River and serves Cairo. It starts from Nasr City, extends through New Cairo, and ends in the new administrative capital, 45 kilometers east of Cairo. The line was inaugurated in May of 2026, and, as mentioned, once fully operational, will stop at a total of 22 stations. Currently, 16 stations are operational, beginning at El-Musheer Tantawi Station and ending at Justice City. The second monorail is called the West Nile Monorail and lies on the west side of the Nile River, serving Giza. It begins in the 6th of October city, a satellite city 30 kilometers from the pyramids of Giza, and will reportedly extend to Wadi El Nil station in Giza. The line will be around 44 kilometers long and have 13 stations. Currently, the West Nile Monorail is still under development and is not yet open to the public. Rumors have circled that it will open in 2027, but the actual opening and operational date remains to be seen. When it finally does open, you can be sure I will be there to film it, so subscribe to stay tuned for that in the future. As we enter the new administrative capital, I'd like to briefly point out that the Eastern Monorail line is integrated with several of Cairo's major transportation networks. Along its route, it connects with Cairo Metro Line 3 at Cairo Stadium Station, the relatively new electric light rail transit system at Arts and Culture City Station, and the rapid bus transit network serving the Ring Road, making travel across Greater Cairo more convenient than ever.
It looks like we are approaching the central business district of the new administrative capital, which is home to the tallest building in Africa.
Founded in 2015, the new administrative capital is a newly developed city built from scratch in the eastern desert, about 50 kilometers east of the Nile River. It was established as Egypt's new seat of government, and today is home to countless ministries, government offices, and thousands of employees who either commute from Cairo or have relocated to the city. I made a video several years ago driving around the city on my motorcycle and giving a tour, including stopping by the iconic tower, which is currently the tallest building in Africa. If you're interested in seeing more of the city, you can watch that video here. I plan to revisit and film an updated version in the future. However, for the time being, I will hold off, as significant construction and development are still ongoing.
All right, and we have reached the final stop on the Eastern Line monorail, Justice City. That actually took exactly 55 minutes. So I left Tantawi Station at 8:45 a.m. and it is now 9:40. But that was a great ride. I really don't have anything to do here in Justice City though. In fact, I'm pretty sure there is nothing to do. So I'm just gonna go downstairs, buy a ticket, and then ride it back. But let's just wait for this to finish. But yeah, that was amazing. My first time riding the monorail, absolutely loved it. It's really cool to see Egypt progressing like it is. Now for tourists, I don't know how useful it would be for them to take the monorail. You know, like where are you gonna go with it? Most people are here to see the historical sites in Egypt and in Cairo, and all of that is over by the Nile. So unless you're having something to do in the satellite cities, maybe you're here for business, or maybe you visit Egypt a lot and are curious to see the monorail or the new administrative capital, then there's a reason for that. But for everyone else, for people living here, it totally changes the way they commute and how they move around between cities. So yeah, it is an amazing new development here in Egypt. Anyways, I'm gonna get going though and end the vlog. So yeah, awesome, great job at Egypt, cool monorail. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big like, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Ma salama.